Mom, we're out of cotton balls. Dear Matthew and Moby, what is sharecropping, and how did it prevent the African Americans from making progress during the U.S. Reconstruction? From Mr. Arkansas. I love your name, Mr. Arkansas. Sharecropping was a system where a plantation owner would allow a poor tenant or former slave to use their plantation, usually to grow cotton, if the tenant promised to give the owner some of their crops. The reason why sharecropping started was because of the Freedmen's Bureau, an agency intended to help society transition into a slave-free life. They attempted to make a contract labor system. This system was designed to negotiate deals between landowners and former slaves. Since many slaves did not like this system, the system failed. Beep beep. That's right, Moby. Land reform also played a key role in starting sharecropping. Land reform was when the government would divide Confederate plantations into smaller farms for former slaves. Land reform also failed when the land was returned to former plantation owners. When sharecropping began because of this, there was a cycle of poverty. The sharecropper gets land and seeds from the planter as long as he promises the landowner half of the crops. Then, the sharecropper buys food and clothing on credit from the landowner's store. After the sharecropper plants the crops, the sharecropper gives the landowner the crops to sell. The sharecropper will earn half the earnings, but he also must pay for the credit from the landowner's store. The landowner claims that the sharecropper owes more money than what he has earned. The sharecropper promises the owner more of the harvest next year, and this cycle continues, sinking sharecroppers deeper into debt. Many sharecroppers protested against their owners. One such protest occurred in the summer of 1934. The sharecroppers and other tenant farmers of eastern Arkansas were deep in debt, as the Great Depression created an economic crisis. They attempted to gain economic security, preventing them from falling any deeper in debt. They influenced the government to give some crop reduction payments, money saved that would have been lost on crops. In addition, they protested to prevent the planters from trying to drive the sharecroppers off of their land. This group of sharecroppers that protested were known as the Southern Tenant Farmers Union, or STFU for short. Although the influence did not work, it paved the way for the end of sharecropping. Moby? Moby? This is going in the garbage.